lot more down, and the Wild Bunch first pair just getting started up, and it's going to be Steve Heaven with the tight fit. He missed the first qualifier this morning, so he's going to be getting his first run in of the day today. First run of the day in now, sorry. But yesterday, he set a personal best in went 8.33 at 158. That wasn't run what you brung, but it was still a personal best. So, yep, here comes Steve, and he's going into the STP lane. Now, I'm sure Russ is tuned in from Spain. A very good morning to you, Russ. I know you pass all your best wishes on to everybody here, and of course the team as well. Consider that one done. Now, going along, Steve, about to do his burnout, Gary Atkinson with the time lock. Still got that beautiful tailwind on their side as well. Not very often we get a tailwind here. Normally it's a headwind or a crosswind, you know, from the top end. But the wind really being helpful to a lot of the team. That's why you're seeing so many personal bests this weekend, along with a very, very sticky track indeed. And of course, nice warm weather as well. It is perfect conditions to go for it. Now, Gary Atkinson waiting to do his burnout there, basically because Steve does his burnout across the start line, comes back. Gary doesn't. So there's no point in him doing his burnout and then waiting an eternity for Steve to come back. So then, personal best, well, we already know that. 8.33 for the little Slingshot. 9.6 for Gary Atkinson. This is Q2 for Outlaw Anglia. Steve got a little bit tail happy there, but got it straightened out. Still goes 9.5 seconds, 151 miles an hour, and 11.34, 124. But a very good launch indeed there for Steve. 123 to 60. Yeah, not shy of an hour at all. 90 at 91 miles an hour. Oh, we'll be looking forward to this. Chris Manning with the villain. Awesome performance earlier on today. Going alongside Steve Heaven with tight fit. Will Chris Manning be the next member of the 6-second club here at Santa Pod Raceway for the Wild Bunch? Earlier on, he went 7:01 to set a new personal best. 201.53 miles an hour. Outstanding run earlier on. The track has got more heat in it. The tailwind is still there. That's going to make a huge amount of difference for a Slingshot dragster. The door cars benefit more from a tailwind, but nevertheless it's not a headwind that you're driving into. So we know the grip is pretty much there. We know the car has got the performance, so it's basically down now to Chris. Steve Heaven, though, he's been setting personal best as well today. 8.3s order of the day for Steve. His best so far, 8.33 at 158. Just hold on tight and fingers crossed, see what we can get. Arrow straight for them both once again. Chris Manning crosses the line with a 7:07 at 198 miles an hour. Dancing around a little bit in the lane there, but nevertheless another storming run. 8:63 for Steve Heaven. But in a funny sort of way, that equalled his second best ever run, to be fair, 7:07. But I know what the team want. Cars from the lanes. Now we go into our next race session, and this time it's the Wild Bunch head of the lanes. So we better get the paperwork ready, because lots of personal bests all of a sudden start appearing. So we need to make notes and adjust the PB sheets. But there's lots of scribbling on here already this weekend, and so good to see so many teams setting personal best after personal best, and some of them taking big leaps this weekend. Well, the one I'm using the most ink on at the moment is the one head of the lanes, Bobby Wright, with the altered 11:05 coming into this weekend. Got it now into the 9.8, 9.87, so like nearly 1.3 seconds off the PB already this weekend. Absolutely storming performance. Mick Hillier with the Texas Ranger. No PB on the ET yet, but he's increased his speed through the traps. Coming into the weekend it was 143, he's now gone 146. Yeah, it's only a 3 miles an hour increase, but every time you set a PB it really does put a smile on yours and the whole team's face, and it just makes it all worthwhile. Steve Heaven around the corner there with the tight fit Slingshot Dragster. New PB for them this weekend, 8.33. Coming into the event was 8.38. So they've lowered their ET by 500ths, and yep, they've added a bit more speed on as well. So well done to them. And that's just the first 3 cars I can see. There's plenty more around there that have done incredibly well this weekend. Anthony Colliver with the altered has found 2 seconds so far. Admittedly, his PB coming into the event was 16:41 in test mode. He's still testing, but he is improving. But how about Mark Hartnell? First time back in the Slingshot backdraft for a while, and sets a new PB on the mile an hour for the team, and only a few hundredths off the car's personal best. Grumpy Monkey, Craig Greenfield, into the 9s first time this weekend. Had run a 10.2 previously, but when I say into the 9s, halfway in, 9.53, 144 miles an hour, so fantastic improvement from them. And even Callum Swinchat, he's nearly found a 10th this weekend, 8.88, and on the last run went 8.79. And how about Chris Manning with the villain, the Slingshot? Oh, so close to a 6-second pass. Went 7:01 at 201 miles an hour today, and oh so close to running that elusive 6. He'll get there. He'll get there. A few more to mention when they come round, but just gathering the rest of the Wild Bunch into the lanes at the moment. So we got this session, and then there's one more at the end of the day for our race classes. Of course, you've got the Wild Bunch, the Supercharged Outlaws, Gasser Circus, and Outlaw Anglia. Not necessarily in that order, but that's other classes that will be coming round. And don't forget, after racing, fireworks at 8 o'clock this evening. And those of you that have seen the fireworks here before, yeah, it's still a full display. Last year's fireworks at the Hot Rod Drags were absolutely spectacular, and loads of photographs taken, and they certainly were felt everywhere as such. That just to set the scene for a continuation of a fantastic event. So those fireworks go off, say 8 o'clock this evening, and it's in the field to the right of the Santa Pod gantry, but don't worry, you can see them from wherever you are. It's a huge display, and really do look forward to seeing that. And of course, it's pitch black at 8 o'clock now, so you're going to get the full glory of the firework display. Right, so time to get some racing done then, as the drivers get fired up. the safety gear reattached as there was just a little break there whilst we got themselves sorted. So first round will be Mick Hillier with the Texas Ranger, and I'm going to have a guess, and it will be Bobby with the altered. It is, he's moving, and Mick Hillier coming around the corner as well. So here we go then, qualifying session number 4 for our race classes this weekend. Well, the fortunate thing for our racers, you've got a lovely, warm, sticky track out there. You've still got that tailwind as well. And conditions very, very encouraging indeed to go quick. Can I please have Outlaw Anglia into the pairing lanes, please? Outlaw Anglia, can we have you into the pairing lanes, please? Mick Hillier goes through 8.87, a new personal best, 146.69 miles an hour. That is both ends. Bobby Wright goes through 9.96 at 138. Getting consistently into the 9s now. Right, Callum Slingshot, the King's Topolino, 8.79 earlier on. Absolutely outstanding run from them. Knocked a 10th off their PB this weekend. So Chris gives the thumbs up. Yeah, he's happy. Why wouldn't he be? Alright, so Callum got the track to himself. Tiny bit of steering input there from Cal, but nothing to worry about. That is a good looking run. What have we got? Oh, 880 with a 1. 148 miles an hour. Yeah, a personal best on speed that time, 148.09. So, yep, I'm going to need a new pen soon. It's running out. Right, Craig Greenfield and Steve Heaven. Right, Craig, he's one of those that's totally rewritten his PBs. 10.21 down to a 9.53. 134 mile an hour previously, 144 today. And how about Steve Heaven? 8.33 at 158. Increases on both. That is a beautiful launch there for Steve. That is arrow straight as well. What has he got for us? This looks spectacular. Oh, 841, 157.98 miles an hour. 976 and 135 there for Craig. And oh, what a great day. Track is absolutely fantastic. I've set a new personal best, and how about this? Blah, 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 blah. You know what it means. It's all about numbers at the end of the day. And they've had a phenomenal time. So the Heavy Chevy makes its way back to the pits, and commiserations to them. Actually, they broke the UJ underneath the car, so they've had to remove the prop and enable the car to be towed back to the pits. So they found the weakest link, all that extra power, and thank God the engine and the transmission haven't been wounded. It's just that UJ completely broke under the launch there on the heavy Chevy, but they'll be back, making that part stronger as they continue their quest for the 8-second zone. So to kick things off then, it will be the Wild Bunch. And first up is going to be Steve Heaven with the tight fit Slingshot going alongside Wrathchild. 2 cars for the Brown boys this weekend. Pete and Rob sharing the driving on both of the cars. Steve getting a little bit carried away going backwards, but you can see the red counter glowing bright there. So something for Steve to keep an eye on. So into the dusk then, Steve Heaven, and it is Rob Brown behind the wheel of Wrathchild. The first pair in Wild Bunch this evening. All the lights seem a lot brighter now. The tree really visible in the dusk. Trackside lights are on. Obviously they're not facing the drivers, they're facing away. Not to blind them on the runs. Off they go. Oh, lovely looking run there for Steve Heaven with the tight fit dragster. Beautiful looking run, 865, 156. Not quite as quick as we thought it was going to be, but a good run nevertheless. 11